Stop what you're doing because the bombshell I'm about to drop is bigger than anything you've heard all year. Picture this, one of the fastest rising stars in music. A 20-year-old phenom who went from recording tracks in a closet to dominating global charts. Now caught in a firestorm so twisted it feels like a Netflix crime doc unraveling in real time. Just days after FBI agents raided his Hollywood Hills mansion, pulling out boxes of evidence under flashing red and blue lights. D4vd, real name David Anthony Burke, has officially broken the lease on his multi-million-dollar property. That's right, he dipped out, moved out, shut it down. But here's the catch. You don't break a lease days after a federal raid, lest something inside those walls is so dark, so incriminating that staying isn't an option. And insiders say what the feds found inside will not only destroy his career, it might end his freedom forever. We're talking hidden hard drives, chilling messages, and blood traces that could tie him directly to the unsolved disappearance of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a case already sending shockwaves through the industry. The fans are panicking. Social media is melting down. Celebrities are weighing in. And every new leak feels more damning than the last. This isn't just scandal. This isn't just gossip. This is the kind of meltdown that ends legacies, ruins empires, and leaves nothing but ashes. And tonight, we're exposing everything. The raid wasn't quiet. Neighbors said it looked like a scene straight out of a crime drama. FBI agents rolled up in unmarked SUVs, fanned out across the manicured lawns of Dehaney Place, and stormed into the $3.6 million Hollywood Hills mansion. Just after 3 p.m., they weren't there for show. They came equipped with forensic kits, luminol sprays, digital evidence bags, and a search warrant that left no corner off limits for 12 straight hours. The house that once symbolized D4vd's meteoric rise turned into ground zero for one of the most shocking investigations in recent memory. Insiders claim what they uncovered inside wasn't just suspicious, it was devastating. Hidden beneath floorboards were USB drives and hard disks, some of them encrypted, others scrawled with names that made investigators' jaws drop. A closet reeked faintly of bleach, but luminol revealed faint traces of blood around the bathroom drains. And in the artist's private studio, officials confiscated 2 laptops and a burner phone said to contain private messages linking him directly to Celeste Rivas Hernandez, the 15-year-old whose decomposed body was discovered in the trunk of a Tesla. Registered to him, when the raid footage leaked to Twitter, fans couldn't believe their eyes. A shaky video taken by a nosy neighbor went viral. Agents dragging out boxes labeled Evidence A, Evidence B, and one cryptically stamped digital correspondence. Comments exploded instantly. D4vd is done. Ain't no coming back from this. He got his whole life in those boxes. Watch his lawyers spin this. But nah, he's cooked. That same night, hashtags like #JusticeForCeleste, #D4vdRaid, and #RomanticHomicide exposed trended worldwide. Clips of his biggest hit, Romantic Homicide, resurfaced, with fans dissecting every lyric like it was a confession note hiding in plain sight. One viral TikTok stitched the line, "I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind, she died," over news footage of FBI agents wheeling out seized electronics. The internet was eating it up, and for D4vd, the walls were closing in. But just when the story seemed like it couldn't escalate further, his landlord dropped a bombshell. Mladen Trifunovic, the property owner, told TMZ that D4vd's manager Josh Marshall called him less than 24 hours after the raid and demanded the lease be terminated immediately. According to Trifunovic, Marshall's voice was shaking, and he flat out admitted the house was too hot to stay in. Moving trucks arrived the next morning, carting out studio equipment, designer clothes, and crates of vinyl records under the watchful eyes of paparazzi perched on nearby rooftops. By sundown, the mansion stood empty. The symbolism was impossible to ignore. Breaking a lease so soon after a federal raid? That doesn't scream innocence. It screams panic. And panic was exactly what insiders say was running through D4vd's inner circle. Screenshots of a leaked group chat supposedly between D4v, Marshall, and two unnamed associates surfaced on Reddit within hours. In one chilling message, timestamped just after the raid, Marshall allegedly wrote, "We gotta ghost ASAP. They found too much. Burn anything left." Now the reply, believed to be from D4vd himself, read, "Keep your mouth shut. Lawyers on it. No one talks about Celeste, ever." The authenticity of the chat hasn't been confirmed, but the leak spread like wildfire across fan pages. And if that wasn't enough, an anonymous tipster sent a voice note to a gossip blog, claiming it was recorded outside the house on raid day. In the muffled clip, a male voice eerily similar to D4vd's can be heard yelling, "She wasn't supposed to be there that night. Now they're pinning everything on me." The clip was played on loop across YouTube gossip channels, sparking endless debates about whether it was real or cleverly doctored. Meanwhile, fans weren't just debating, they were choosing sides. Some hardcore supporters clung to denial, flooding timelines with hashtags like #FreeD4vd and arguing the evidence was circumstantial. They pointed to past cases where artists were targeted unfairly, claiming law enforcement was scapegoating him because of his fame. But the other side, louder and more relentless, demanded accountability. "He's been singing confessions this whole time, and we didn't even realize," one viral tweet read. "Celeste deserves justice, not silence." As social media ward celebrities began weighing in, adding fuel to the fire, rapper Lil Mosey posted a cryptic tweet, "Karma don't miss." Doja Cat went live on Instagram, refusing to say his name but commenting, "If you know, you know. Sick industry, sick people." Even Drake unfollowed D4vd on Instagram, a move fans clocked within seconds, sparking rumors that the industry was already cutting ties. But here's where it gets darker. The FBI raid wasn't just about physical evidence. According to an unnamed law enforcement source quoted by a major tabloid, investigators seized digital conversations that may prove D4vd had been in contact with Celeste since as early as 2022, when she was only 12 years old. Discord logs, Twitter DMs, even archived FaceTime calls were reportedly unearthed. Screenshots circulating online show a chat between a user named David Burke and Celeste Rivas discussing tattoos, late-night meets, and music demos. While none of these have been officially authenticated, fans are convinced. One message allegedly reads, "When you turn 15, everything will be easier." The fact that Celeste had a tattoo on her right pointer finger, identical to D4vd's, only made the speculation more damning. As if on cue, a mysterious Twitter account called @HarlemLicks posted what it claimed was a clip from unreleased studio audio. In the grainy recording, a voice sounding like D4vd sings, "Celeste, you're mine. Even when you hide secrets in the night, you can't say goodbye." The post was captioned, "He was telling us the truth all along." It's within hours. The clip hit 1 million views, and the comment section turned into a battlefield of disbelief, disgust, and denial. All the while, D4vd himself remained silent. His social media pages went dark. No tweets, no stories, no lives. His last post, a tour photo with the caption, "This is only the beginning," became a lightning rod for thousands of angry comments. Fans flooded the post with images of Celeste, demanding answers. But then, late that night, a new leak dropped, one that changed everything. An anonymous insider emailed several major outlets with a document marked "Confidential Property Lease Agreement." The contract showed that the Hollywood Hills mansion lease was signed in February 2024, the exact same month Celeste was first reported missing. The timing was impossible to ignore. Had the house been chosen deliberately? Was it meant to hide something darker? By the time dawn broke, news anchors across the country were running the story. Reporters camped outside the abandoned mansion, speculating about what had really happened behind those walls. Talk shows invited legal experts who warned that the combination of a body in his car, blood traces in his home, And digital evidence tying him to a missing minor painted a damning picture. And then came the final gut punch. TMZ exclusive claimed federal investigators had found a handwritten note during the raid tucked inside a studio drawer that read, "She wanted to leave, but I couldn't let her." No signature. No date, but the implication was undeniable. If real, this wasn't just evidence. It was a confession. Evidence. It was a confession. And just like that, the lease wasn't the story anymore. The mansion itself had become a crime scene wrapped in luxury trappings, walls holding secrets darker than anyone imagined. But what happened next would make everything look even worse. Because if breaking the lease screamed guilt, what surfaced the following week would roar betrayal. The morning after the lease bombshell, the entire industry was buzzing. News vans lined the streets of Hollywood Hills, while drones hovered over the now-empty mansion, catching glimpses of movers carting out the last remnants of D4vd's meteoric rise. But it wasn't the moving trucks that kept fans glued to their screens. It was the leaks. Because overnight, things went from bad to apocalyptic. At 3 a.m., a mysterious account on TikTok dropped what they called the audio they didn't want you to hear. The 2-minute clip allegedly captured D4v screaming at his manager, Josh Marshall, on the night of the raid. His voice cracked, raw with panic. "You said they'd never find it. You promised me, Josh. Now it's all on me, and I'm not going down alone." The internet erupted. If true, the clip suggested not just guilt, but betrayal within his inner circle. Was Josh complicit? Did he know what was inside that Tesla before the cops ever touched it? Fans dissected every second, slowing down the audio, comparing waveforms to past interviews. Convinced it was real, Josh Marshall tried to deny everything with a bland Instagram story reading, "Fake audio. Don't believe the lies." But hours later, screenshots surfaced alleged dims between Josh and an anonymous source where he confessed, "We should have ditched the car earlier." He wouldn't listen. Now the feds got everything. That was all it took. #arrest, Josh trended by sunrise. And if that wasn't enough, a second betrayal emerged from inside the very house they'd abandoned. The landlord, Melodine Trifunovic, went on live TV and revealed something chilling. His property manager had been asked months earlier by D4vd's camp to disable all exterior cameras. Trifunovic admitted he found it odd at the time, but didn't push, assuming it was a celebrity privacy issue. Now, in hindsight, it looked like the ultimate red flag. Fans put 2 and 2 together. The lease signed the same month Celeste went missing. Cameras disabled, Tesla parked out front for weeks, and a note allegedly reading, "She wanted to leave. But I couldn't let her," said the public. The narrative was no longer about coincidence. It was conspiracy. But then came the twist that nobody saw coming. Around noon, a blog called West Coast Wire posted an exclusive claiming the FBI raid uncovered not just evidence about Celeste, but files linking D4vd to a second missing girl. According to their report, investigators found photos of an unidentified minor on one of his seized laptops. The rumor caught like wildfire, even though authorities refused to confirm it. Fans immediately began pulling up unsolved cases, matching faces, speculating endlessly. The hysteria was unbearable. Twitter threads stretched miles long, TikTokers posted hour-long breakdowns, and YouTubers went live with titles like, "Is D4vd a serial predator?" Even celebrities were sucked in. Cardi B tweeted, "If this true, lock him up forever." J. Cole unfollowed him. Billie Eilish, once a vocal supporter, quietly deleted her posts about him. Meanwhile, in the middle of this chaos, another leak surfaced. This one more intimate. More damning. Discord messages allegedly between D4vd and Celeste began circulating. In them, a user under the handle Burkontop wrote things like, "Don't tell your mom. She wouldn't understand." Other read, "When you turn 15, everything will change." And in one haunting exchange, Celeste replied, "But I'm scared. What if someone finds out?" The authenticity couldn't be verified, but the timing was catastrophic. Fans were convinced. Screenshots spread across platforms with captions like, "He groomed her. End of story." But the internet wasn't done dragging his name through fire. That evening, a 17-second video clip leaked on Instagram. It showed a dimly lit room, allegedly his private studio, where a voice sounding like D4vd could be heard singing, "She begged to go, but I wrote the ending." The comments section exploded. Some argued it was others swore it was real, pointing to the cadence, the way he pronounced certain words. Whether real or fake, it didn't matter. The damage was nuclear. While the internet rioted, D4vd's own team fractured publicly. Josh Marshall deleted his socials altogether after his wife went on Facebook ranting about how the family was receiving death threats. Another associate, a sound engineer who worked with D4vd, posted a cryptic tweet. "We told him to stop. He didn't listen. Now it's too late." The tweet was deleted minutes later, but not before fans screenshot it and plastered it across every gossip page. And then, as if to pour gasoline on the fire, Tasha K went live on YouTube. The queen of messy exclusives claimed she had receipts proving the FBI found coded diaries inside the Hollywood Hills house, handwritten notes describing sessions with Celeste. She even waved what looked like photocopies on screen, though she blurred out the contents. Her words, "I'm telling y'all right now, this man ain't just guilty, he's dangerous." And Hollywood knew. They all knew. The internet imploded. YouTubers clipped her live. TikTok edits paired her claims with moody background music. Fans started a petition demanding streaming platforms pull his music. Within 24 hours, Spotify reported thousands of people misreporting his tracks as offensive content. Apple Music quietly removed his face from several curated playlists. But through all this, one question haunted fans. Where was D4vd himself? That night, someone uploaded a shaky cell phone video allegedly showing him in New York City, wearing a hoodie, pulled low, walking fast with 2 bodyguards. The caption read, "He's hiding, not talking. But trust me, they're closing in." The video blew up overnight. And then, just before midnight, another twist landed. TMZ dropped a bombshell report claiming investigators found DNA evidence inside the Hollywood Hills bathroom that didn't just belong to Celeste. It matched a second unknown female. Law enforcement sources called it a major development, but refused further comment. Theories exploded instantly. Was this proof of a bigger pattern? Did D4vd have more victims? Or was someone planting evidence to bury him even deeper? Twitter turned into a war zone of theories. But the most heartbreaking part came from Celeste's family. Her mother went live on Facebook, tears streaming down her face, clutching her daughter's school photo. She said, "We trusted the system to protect her. We trusted people to be good. And look where we are. I just want justice. I just want my baby to rest." The clip went viral within minutes. Fans flooded her comments with prayers, hearts, and demands for accountability. At this point, the narrative wasn't just about a fallen star. It was about an industry covering up a fan base, grappling with betrayal, and a grieving family demanding justice. And yet, the darkest twist hadn't even hit. Because while the internet mourned and speculated, an anonymous hacker group posted a cryptic message on X. The account, called @truthleaks225, claimed, "We have the files. Everything he tried to hide. Dropping tomorrow at noon. You'll see what the FBI didn't show you." The post was accompanied by a single blurred-out image, what looked like the corner of a diary page. The name Celeste scrawled at the top. The countdown had begun. The internet waited with bated breath. Noon struck, and just like they promised, @truthleaks2025 dropped their bombshell. The first file to hit was a PDF labeled Celeste_diary.pdf. Inside were 32 scanned pages of handwritten notes. The words were shaky, emotional, and at times heartbreaking. In them, Celeste described feeling trapped, writing lines like, he says he loves me. But love isn't supposed to hurt. She detailed late-night drives in the black Tesla, secret meetings in the Hollywood Hills mansion, and one terrifying entry. I told him I wanted to go home. He said I already was. The internet froze. Within minutes, the scans spread like wildfire across Twitter, Reddit, and TikTok. The hashtags #CelesteDiary and #DavidExposed topped global trends. Fans wept reading the entries aloud in TikTok videos. One viral clip showed a girl sobbing as she whispered she was only 15. But that was just the beginning. The hackers didn't stop at diary scans. They uploaded a trove of voice recordings, grainy, muffled, but damning. In one clip, a man who sounded unmistakably like D4vd whispered, "Don't ever say her name outside this house. Another, you're mine. Nobody else's." Fans slowed down the audio, matched the cadence, and compared it to interviews. The conclusion: it was him. And then came the nuclear file. A video. The grainy footage, barely 2 minutes long, showed the inside of his Hollywood Hills studio. The timestamp: April 2024, the very month Celeste went missing. The camera, likely from a forgotten security feed, captured a young girl with curly hair sitting on the couch. Her face was blurred, but fans insisted it matched Celeste's features. D4vd entered the frame moments later, visibly agitated, pacing, muttering something inaudible. At one point, he slammed his hand against the wall. The clip cut off abruptly, but it was enough. The internet melted down. This is it. This is proof. One comment read, "He's guilty. He's done. Lock him up forever." But the fallout didn't stop online. Brands that had quietly distanced themselves now severed ties completely. His label released a statement suspending all promotion pending the outcome of the investigation. Spotify purged him from playlists. YouTube demonetized his channel. Even Fortnite, where his music once blared across montages, scrubbed his tracks. Celebrities turned on him like vultures circling carrion. Post Malone posted, "Unforgivable. Heartbroken for Celeste." Megan Thee Stallion tweeted, "Protect our girls. No excuses." Even Rihanna unfollowed him, a move dissected in thousands of tweets like it was gospel. Meanwhile, his fan base splintered completely. Some diehards insisted the leaks could be fabricated, a smear campaign orchestrated by rivals. But the majority weren't buying it. TikTok was flooded with dramatic edits. Celeste's smiling face paired with lyrics from Romantic Homicide. Captions reading, "He confessed in plain sight." And through all this chaos, D4vd remained silent. Until he, DIDN, out of nowhere, his Instagram account lit up with a black square. No caption. Just black. Fans flooded it with over 1 million comments in under an hour. A mix of rage, heartbreak, and disbelief. Then, 3 hours later, he went live. It was short, chaotic, and unforgettable. Hood up, face half hidden in shadow, his voice trembling. "They're lying. Those files are fake. I loved her. I never hurt her. Y'all don't know the full story." He rambled about being set up, about people trying to take him down. But then came the line that sealed his fate. "If I go down, I'm not going down alone." The live ended abruptly, but the internet exploded. Who else was he threatening to expose? His manager. His label. Other artists. Hours later, another leak answered that question on an email. Allegedly from Josh Marshall to an unnamed executive surfaced online. The subject line, "Handling David." In the body, Marshall wrote, "We can't let this get out. Too many names tied to those parties. If he talks, careers are over." Attached was a blurry photo that appeared to show a group of industry insiders, faces half obscured, at what looked like the Hollywood Hills mansion. The implication was devastating. If real, this wasn't just about D4vd. It was about a wider circle of powerful people. Social media went nuclear. Conspiracy threads exploded. accusing labels, producers, even fellow artists of knowing more than they admitted. Fans demanded a full-scale investigation, chanting, "Expose them all." And while the internet raged, Celeste's mother appeared on CNN, clutching her daughter's diary pages. Her voice cracked as she said, "This is what she lived through. This is what they ignored. My baby deserved better." The clip broke hearts worldwide, racking up millions of views in hours. By now, the FBI couldn't ignore the pressure. A spokesperson confirmed significant digital evidence had been recovered and that charges were imminent. Rumors swirled that an arrest warrant was already drafted, and then the breaking point. Late one night, TMZ released shocking footage of police cars swarming an upscale Manhattan hotel. Eyewitnesses claimed D4vd had been staying there under a fake name. The clip showed him being escorted out in handcuffs, hoodie over his head, face pale. Paparazzi shouted, fans screamed, someone even threw a drink. As he was shoved into the back of a squad car, one camera caught him yelling, "It's not just me." They all knew. The image went viral instantly. The once rising star, the boy who made hits from his sister's closet, now reduced to a broken figure in cuffs, insisting on a conspiracy. But the internet wasn't sympathetic. Fans reposted the footage with captions like, "Justice for Celeste." Others made edits contrasting his arrest with old clips of him on stage. Smiling, carefree, oblivious to the downfall ahead. As dawn broke, headlines blared, D4vd arrested, shocking downfall of a rising star. And yet, even in handcuffs, the mystery lingered. What did he mean by "they all knew"? Was there a bigger cover-up? Were more names about to fall? The saga wasn't just about one man anymore. It had spiraled into a reckoning for the industry, for the fans, for anyone who turned a blind eye. And as the world waited for his arraignment, one truth was undeniable. Celeste's voice, silenced too soon, had become louder than ever. And now, after everything we've just uncovered, the only question left is, what happens next? The diary pages, the hacked files, the leaked audio, the arrest. This is no longer just a story, it's a full-blown cultural earthquake. And the aftershocks are only just beginning. If D4vd really meant it when he screamed, "I'm not going down alone," then brace yourselves. Because that means more names, more scandals, and more careers about to implode right before our eyes. But here's the thing. This story isn't waiting for anyone. The hackers are still promising to drop new files. The FBI is moving fast. Celebrities are scrambling to scrub their receipts before the internet digs them back up. And fans are already digging, finding things the media refuses to show you. The streets are talking, the leaks are spreading, and the truth is getting darker by the hour. So don't even think about clicking away without locking in. Smash that like button right now if you want Justice for Celeste to keep trending. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe the leaks, or is there still more to the story? And most importantly, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Because when the next bombshell drops, and trust me, it will, you're going to want to be the first to know. This is bigger than gossip. This is survival. Stay tuned.